What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Spirit Change. Today we're going to be reviewing the audio quality of Live by Night on standard Blu-ray. We're going to talk a little bit about the film itself, which Bill's going to get into right now, and then we're going to kick in to our audio review.
All right, so Live by Night, Ben Affleck directed, well-acted movie, well-written movie. The problem being, the movie tried to do way too much, and you kept waiting for something to happen, and it just never had a pop. You enjoyed the scenes in Boston, you kept waiting for that, and then just as you're getting into that, you go to Florida, and then when you're waiting for this thing to happen, it goes into another situation, and the movie never really grabs you, unfortunately, which is a shame because it really had a good potential for being, a really good quality gangster movie. It's not something that I would watch again. It's very long, and just really doesn't do much in terms of making you want to watch the movie to the end.
Oh, are you done? Because that's what the movie did to me. It made me fall asleep. This movie was boring as hell.
Yeah,
But like you said, it was a well-written movie.
It was well-written.
Yeah, it had some really good ideas in it. You always felt like something was gonna pop off, but it never really did. It never really just caught fire.
Just as you're getting ready for things in Boston, like really light up, it's like, oh wait, we're not in Boston anymore. Now we're in Florida. Okay, now we're doing, we're doing a thing with the former mob boss in Boston. Oh, but let's just do something else and let's go to another place. And now Chris Cooper comes in and you're like, oh great, Chris Cooper, great actor. Let's see where that goes. It just never really goes anywhere. And then all of a sudden it's the end and you're like,
Snooze fest. That's all I'm saying. I didn't even know the character's name in the movie.
Yeah. He about three-quarters he goes, what's Ben Affleck's character's name?
Right.
And that's very telling for a movie where this guy, he has seen almost every single scene and you don't know his name.
I was hoping his name was Bruce Wayne this whole time, but never
you know his last name, but you're like, what's this guy's name? And this movie had every gangster's theme you ever wanted. It had the chicks. It had two chicks. It had, the prohibition thing. It had all that stuff, and yet it never really caught on fire at all, ever. Not even sparked.
That's your short. Well, that's not ours. That's Bill's
my short version
of what this movie review was all about. This movie was supposed to be released in 4K. It got canceled for some reason. Maybe because it performed poorly at the box office. I believe it's still getting released in like Germany or UK or something like that. But this film was shot with the Arri Alexa and Red Weapon Dragon 6K cameras. Obviously, we're only getting the 2K version, standard Blu-ray. A lot of scenes were shot beautifully shot.
Man, great camera work. Really great camera work.
Fortunately, you're not gonna get that experience on this disc itself. I think maybe we're spoiled with 4K.
I think the Blu-ray, while nice, was very soft. It wasn't, there were no real sharp edges in terms of like really nice, standout, clear photography. Where this thing, had it been released in 4K, could have been a real nice piece of film work.
Not nice enough where it's going to make you sit there for 2 hours.
No, the story just wasn't grasping enough. It just wasn't, enough to keep you in the seats to warrant the money that it costs to make a 4K movie.
Right.
Or 4K release.
This movie's 129 minutes. It felt like it was about 400 minutes or more.
Yeah.
It just kept going. Every time you thought it was going to end, it just kept going and going.
Oh man. It's just like, okay, is it over yet? Oh no, wait. More narrative.
Now we're here to talk about the audio quality. It was done in Atmos. Atmos also in DTS as well. DTS, I think 5.1 or 7.1. I don't know, but we're here to talk about the Atmos version.
Right.
This is a very light Atmos mix. Not a lot of stuff going on overhead. The few scenes that were pretty impressive were the beginning with the car chase scene.
The car chase scene. There's a scene where the car gets he's in a car chase with the cops, and he does the age-old hit the brakes, let the cops kill themselves. Great scene. And the cars roll, and that's where you hear a little bit of Atmos in that first part of the film.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some good atmospheric effects, just things going on in the streets, things going on outside, things like that, things of that nature. Nothing really aggressive. There's another scene takes place, a couple of scenes that take place in clubs. You're gonna hear a lot of music, a lot of the band playing, some Cuban music, some Hispanic music.
Right.
It sounded really good.
Down in Tampa or Ybor City.
Also, the ending, part of the ending as well, the final shootout. There's some stuff that happens overhead. It's very brief overhead.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of a shootout in that HBO TV series there, Empire State. It was, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of camera angles, quick cut scenes, a lot of gunfire, things like that. And that kind of, the Atmos lends itself to really helping that capture your imagination. But again, still did not pop. It like really, you're watching it like, okay, it's a gunfight scene.
Right. This isn't demo material.
No reference material at all.
Yeah. Picture, audio. I wouldn't pick it up for any of those reasons at all. If you want to rent the movie, go ahead and rent it. Maybe it's enjoyable for you guys. For us, it was boring as hell.
I'm a little more patient than Shane. It just never really panned out for me. I just kept waiting for something to happen. And finally I was like, really? It's just more narrative and still, I don't know. The movie was kind of a dud for me. It just never really, I think, what's the term? Failure to launch.
Not Matthew McConaughey. That was his movie, I believe.
Well, for a cinematic, for what they probably spent to make this movie, and the fact that, I really like Ben Affleck, don't get me wrong. I think he's made some really, really quality films. I loved Argo, but this, I think they just really bit off more than they could chew. They just tried to do too much, and they never took the time to really develop any one particular aspect of the film.
All right, guys. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to share, comment.
And also, don't forget, we have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts. Join up.
Go ahead and tweet us.
Tweet us.
Yeah, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys again in the next video.
Cheers.